What's up, YouTube? Alright, in this video we're going to put on the Sikky front sway bar.
So now that I got this hammered out, I know that, well, I'm pretty sure that it will fit or be very close to fitting. I got the vacuum, or the evap, out, that whole line. That was a real pain in the butt. And there's two other things that I plan on getting out. Because I got the Sikky swap kit, I don't have to touch my subframe at all. So I don't have to notch it or anything like that, because it has a custom oil pan, and that oil pan will fit in front of this, but it will hit this front sway bar. And as you know, I got the Sikky front sway bar, so I got to get this off before I could put the engine in, otherwise it'd be hitting here. So I'm going to take that off. In addition, I'm debating on, I went ahead and got the Injuku, the new power steering lines, because I thought that these were a little worse shape than they are, but they're actually pretty good. They're only dinged up just a little bit. And I thought, you know, before putting the engine and trans in and banging these all up, you know, I might take these off and put the engine in with these off and then go back later, because they're pretty, you know, horizontal. I should be able to get them in after I get the engine in. That way I don't really have a, you know, I'm not going to ding them up. And if that's the case, I probably can end up selling the Injuku, the ISR ones. They are not hard lines. They're the, you know, steel braided lines or whatever they were. I think I would prefer the hard lines, but I need to get this rear, or this front sway bar off. I got the front sway bar off, then I need to do a little bit of cleanup in here, and I'm thinking that that's pretty much, you know, the engine bay is ready to get it dropped in. All right, to get the front sway bar, you got 3/14. You could get the end link underneath. That way it'll just slide on out, take out the end link with it. And then you have two 14s. There's one is there. It's kind of being blocked by the tension rod, but you can get a box end wrench in there to actually get it loose. And then the other side is free to get, and these are all 14s. So let me get those. Alright, so from pretty much what I can tell is if you're using aftermarket, at least the ISR ones, it's a real pain to get it that second, just to get it the nut to get it off. I was able to get it off on one side. On this side it was a little more difficult, so I just propped it up and I took off the tension rod and was able to drop it easy. Once you get that off, I mean, the front sway bar just drops down super easy. Now I got to get the new one, and I'll give you a little comparison to what that looks like. All right, as we have here, we have the stock S14 front sway bar, and you can see it's considerably thicker than the stock one. And the stock with this, the 14 actually even looks bigger than the 13 one from what I can remember. The Sikky front sway bar kit also comes with the end links, comes with the mounting brackets with the bushing, energy suspension bushings, a little bit of grease, comes with 2 new bolts, has 4 washers, and then it has these 2 big washers and 2 nuts. I'm not exactly sure what these for. I'm guessing they're supposed to space out where you mount it, maybe on the nut side, or I don't know exactly. I'm not exactly sure. As well, just so if anyone doesn't know, they come with 3 settings. The middle is the neutral setting, then the front is the hard setting, the rear is the soft setting. We need to get the brackets greased up and ready for putting them on the S14. The end link will fit, you know, right where the old one did, right in that cup area. Right there, you put it down through. The easiest way to get it on though is to take these two 14s, take them off, and then put the U cup on first. So that's what we're gonna do. So, I mean, easy enough. Just get these off. Remember how the washers go? They go with the beveled side on the inside. Then drop those down. Then we need to take the U-joint and then slide this through the lower control arm. The lower control arm right there. We'll just drop it in and then we'll bolt it up from there. Once you have that on, you could slide, don't forget the orientation of your pieces, of your washers going beveled in. And then you wanna drop these in. Got one more. There you go. And we'll get it a little bit tight. We're not going to torque it down because we want some adjustability for when the control arm, or when this front sway bar is connected on there. This will get us a little bit of movement and be able to get the front sway bar set up. To prep the sway bar, obviously take off the padding. On this side. Okay. And then you have your energy suspension bushings. Let's slide these out. You want to go ahead and put some grease on the inside. Came with this little tube. I just put a little on my finger. Once you get the bushing all lubed up, greased up, just slide it on. And let's see, this will be going toward the front, so put it on here. And that's kind of snug, so it'll hold on there. Then you could just rotate it to where you need it. And do the same for the other side. Now that I got it prepped and ready to go in, one thing you need to make sure when you're putting it up, it'll be a little bit easier to explain here, is when you're going to put them on, don't put one on too far. It'll rotate and then the other one won't be able to get on. So just get the screw on first, do a couple turns, get it threaded in, then get the nut threaded in, and then get the other side, and then slowly work their way down so it's an even push down. Well, I don't know if you could see it, but because the tension rod is still on this side, I'm gonna need to snake it above the tension rod. There we go. So I got the nut. It's over the nut. I'm gonna just tighten this, give a few turns just to seat it here. Again, I'm not sure if you could see this, but I'm just getting the nut started, and then I'll get the supplied bolt. It's a little bit longer. That's the hex head, and I'm gonna get that one started. The good thing about these brackets is that they're slotted, so it gives you a lot of, you know, being able to move around and figure out, you know, where the hole is. Okay, we got those on. Now I need to get the other side. Now we need to get the end link set up, and we're gonna go for the middle hole to have more of a neutral setup, just so we can get used to the feel. And I had to take the end link back off because, if you can see, the tension rod goes right by here, and when I had it turned, it was hitting, so I had to angle it so the tension rod could get by. I kind of show you what I'm talking about. Tension rod would sit like right here, so I had to angle that. Keep that in mind. Probably if you have the stock ones, it's not a big deal, but let's gotta get this end link on. Put the washer in. Put the end link. Slide it through. Put the other washer on the other side. And get through. We're gonna fold it up. Put it just like that. And we want to have a washer on each side. It came with two washers, so we'll have one washer on this side, and we'll put it through. One washer on the back side, and then of course the nut. All right, once you get that in, you can start tightening stuff down. Tighten down the brackets where is it over here, where the sway bar connects to the subframe or the car, and then we'll tighten up the end links. Okay, of course, to torque down the Sikky supplied bolt is an 8mm Torx head, and then the nut is still the same as the OEM one, the 14mm, and then 14s for tightening up the end links. And there you go. You could see that it has a good bit more clearance for the pan to sit down in there. All right, well that was an easy job. Same as, I mean, not quite as easy as the steering rack bushings, but pretty easy.
And that is the Sikky front sway bar. I got, you know, engines going in next. Keep watching, stay tuned. Comment, like, and subscribe, all right? Peace.